What's up, boys? All right, so 46 contracts total. Most KOs and most finishes ever in a season. And to date, we've given away on the Contender Series 292 contracts. You first?
Unbelievable episode, but unbelievable season, all in all. I mean, we had an epic war last week. We had some crazy spinning back elbows this week. Give us your thoughts on the season as a whole of Contender Series this year.
I mean, you guys know what I think of this. Show. It's so awesome. I wish we could do more than 10 a year. I wish the talent pool was deep enough. But you know, there are a lot of things that make this tough. I mean, visas right now are a nightmare. So I love it. I don't know what the question was, but I fucking love this show. It's great. These kids come in and they literally let it all hang out. It's very rare that we get a fight in here that you're like, you know what I mean?
You mentioned about I think it was the most contracts ever given out for a season this year. What do you attribute that to? Is that basically just the talent pool out there is getting better, so the fights in here are getting better, or why do you think more contracts are getting handed out at the moment for this year?
It's a good question. I don't know. Listen, obviously the talent, the show, the sport, I mean, everything evolves and gets better, and I think the mindset coming into this competition now, people understand what it's going to take to get signed, and maybe that's it.
You mentioned wanting to do more, but the talent pool needs to grow as you do this each year. Is there too much of a good thing, though? Do you know what I mean? Is it better to have this once a year so we can sort of miss it and then look forward to it? Or if you were able to, would you do 2 seasons a year?
I would do this every week for 52 weeks if it was possible. You know, this is what I like to do. Obviously, sitting cage side for some of the greatest fights ever with some of the greatest fighters ever is fun. But I love young guys that come in and or guys that are, you know, in their early 30s that this is it. This is their opportunity. They've been trying their whole career to get here, or this was their dream to get into the UFC and try to win a world title. And this is what I really love to do.
What is the status of Contender Series moving forward? Do you have a TV deal in negotiations? Do you think it could go to Paramount? Where do you think Contender Series will end up?
Yeah, it'll end up with Paramount.
Okay. Is that far along? Or are you just like crossing the T?
I just if you know, you ask me and I honestly answer you, I'd say it ends up at Paramount.
The random question, actually, thinking of Paramount and the deal with TKO Boxing or Zuffa Boxing, is that the biggest deal done for a promotion that hasn't put on an event yet?
Definitely. I mean, it's definitely got to be.
And then outside of tonight, everyone keeps asking you about the White House card, but I wanted to ask about the January card in Paramount. And do you have anything special planned for that? And when do you start putting that?
Literally today. Matchmaking was today, and we started working on the first Paramount card today.
Okay. I'm not expecting you to say anything, but do you think there's a chance Ilia Topuria could end up on that card? Big star.
It's a possibility.
Okay. And then one last one for me. Last week, on Saturday, Charles Oliveira, crazy performance against Gamrot, called out Max Holloway for the BMF title. Don't know if you have any interest in that, but what did you make of Charles's performance and a fight with Max?
Yeah, I mean, that is obviously a fight that would be incredible, too, to see them two again. But, yeah, we don't have anything, you know. We talked about it today, though. Yeah.
Dan?
Yep.
When you see guys go out there and give it their all, but end up losing, getting knocked out, whatever it may be, does that make it easier to bring them back for the next season? Or, in your opinion, like, have they shown enough? That
like Malumba. Yeah, we'll bring him back next season. My thing to him is get out there, stay active, you know, keep working, and we'll bring him back next year for sure. Unless something great happens to him between now and then. And yeah. But yes, I mean, last week signed both guys and gave bonuses, and we don't give bonuses here. So yeah, if you come in and you show us something, I mean, when you think about the Contender Series, 10 straight weeks of just badass fights nonstop. So when you're coming into you know, episode 5, 6, 7 or the last one, you know, you got to bring something special. Like, I'll give you an example too. Is, you know, when you think about the Marlon fight, right? This kid is undefeated. Was he 6-0 and 100% finish rate? And you know this kid's never faced any adversity, none in these fights. And then he gets dropped the way he does both times, and back and forth war. We literally got to see everything from this kid as far as talent goes. Then you got to see heart, determination, chin, fight IQ. I mean, all of it. You saw everything that this kid has to offer, and he's only 23 years old. So I have very high expectations for him.
I guess the same kind of going around with the Asian kid that came in a little bit good until he got knocked out. Is he someone else that you would like to see go back out, or did he?
Well, Sean. So Sean was telling me. He says so. The kid Diaz is being super hyped up by the PI in Mexico. Yet the other kid, the Korean kid, is the only kid we've ever brought in off a loss because he fought for the title and won FC. And Sean actually felt like, the Korean kid was the guy. And you don't know until it plays out. But that's part of the fun of tonight and doing the Contender Series.
Was that one of the loudest knockouts you heard in a minute?
Yeah, Koreans have a rough time with those elbows, man. Yeah.
One question outside of tonight. Obviously, this weekend in Vancouver, Reiner de Ridder is fighting Brendan Allen. Is there a chance if RDR goes out there and does something spectacular, he leapfrogs Nasruddin Imavov and gets that fight with Hamzat?
Listen, let's see how the fight plays out. I don't know. We did talk about him today, though. We did talk about Hamzat today. We're talking about everybody today. So we'll see. Before we start looking at next year and obviously the Paramount launch, the White House fight, a lot of things are going to depend on how the end of this year plays out.
How crazy is it to have Merab come in and fight?
I love it.
10 days ago, and now he's fighting for the
listen, it took me a minute to warm up to Merab. I'm very warm now. I love that mentality. He wants to be the first guy to ever, defend his title that many times in a year. If you look at what he's gone out and done and how he's proven himself as a fighter and as a world champion, it's impressive.
And one last fight on that card, Peyton Talbot versus Henry Cejudo. I guess what was the thought process behind that matchup?
For what fight?
Henry Cejudo versus Peyton Talbot.
Oh yeah. What about it?
I guess Henry says it's his retirement fight again, and he's and Peyton Talbot obviously is hot prospect, struggled with grappling in his only loss. I guess what was the thought process on this matchup, if there was any?
Fun fight. Yeah, I think it's a fun fight. And when you have a young up-and-coming guy like Talbot, you want to put him in against guys, a hardcore vet like him. So, love that fight.
Thank you.
Yep.
Just a few for me. Going back to last week, because we didn't get to talk to you, the Vologden Martinetti fight. Is that the best fight ever in the history of the show?
I think so. I mean, obviously that's, everybody has their own personal opinions, but my opinion is yes. I mean, it's one of the, not just in the show, it's a great fight, period. In fight history. It was a badass fight.
Obviously,
the only thing that sucked is there wasn't a crowd of like 18,000 people watching that fight.
You obviously proved how much you loved it with the bonuses. Is that something you'll consider going forward for future seasons of Contender Series, implementing a bonus like that you gave these guys?
Not really. I think that, I had never even considered it before, but then after that happened, I was like, first of all, neither one of these two are doing interviews. They're going straight to the hospital, number one. And number two, I'm just gonna throw some money at these guys. This was incredible, and we're signing them both. And I don't know, it was a moment. And I'll save that type of stuff for moments like that.
Last one for me. Thoughts on your first place New England Patriots?
Thoughts on my what?
First place New England Patriots.
How about that, right? I literally took a picture of that and sent it off to all my Buffalo buddies who are fans of Buffalo. Every year they're always telling me, this is Buffalo's year, this is Buffalo's year. And, and they all love that the Patriots haven't been doing well since Brady left. So, yeah, it was a good day.
Speaking of, you wanted to have more people that fight that didn't get seats in here. You didn't have enough seats, but with the construction with the Apex, how much closer are we to the concessions getting open and then the seats
I
finally
think
getting?
this is going to be done. You know, we're right there. It's pretty much done now. So, Craig's here tonight too. Text Craig and ask him when this is going to be done.
And do you have any idea of like what sort of seat numbers?
Oh, a couple weeks. We're a couple weeks away. That makes sense.
That's amazing. Female bouts. We had some great female bouts this season, but we didn't have too many next season. And is that something that it's tough finding the female competitors to reach to this level, or is it just
I don't know. You'd
so
have
many
to ask the matchmakers that. Obviously, they're always looking for as much talent as they can find. Yeah, there must not have been a massive pool of females to bring in this season.
And I know every season it's hard to kind of just rate one season after another. I know the first season you loved just because this was a brand new thing. Is it easy to kind of rate what season is your favorite? Do you have a favorite season, or is it just every season it gets better and better?
It's hard to remember. You know, we're on our 9th season here, but you know, obviously this season broke a ton of records, great fights, first time ever, gave out bonuses. You know, there's all kinds of emotions when you come to fight. You've seen me run into the octagon, which I don't do, or signing both guys, which we rarely ever do. Bonuses, which I don't think I've ever done. You know, it's hard to rate one season. I love this competition. I love this show.
Last one for me, you know, going back to the Marwan Rahiki fight where he gets folded over at the very beginning. There's a lot of times refs get a lot of heat for stopping the fight early and letting the fight go longer. That instance, I thought the ref did a great job because we got to see what the fight happened.
I agree with you. And I could, you're dead right. I agree with you 100%. And what fight was it? The Oliveira fight could have been stopped earlier. They did a great job with that fight. Yeah, I agree.
Going along that Marwan fight, obviously you talked about how impressed you were with him facing adversity, but when we just factor things like simply his age, only 23 years old, basically a kid, does that surprise you even more that someone of his age can go through such a war and, you know, come out and triumph?
Well, I mean, you don't know who anybody is until they face adversity. John Jones was destroying everybody till that night in Toronto when he got taken into the deep water, and then you really knew who John Jones was. After that night, we got to see that tonight with him.
And then obviously it was just mentioned that Luna Vologden fight. People are still talking about that fight from last week. I just had a question for you. Have you had any word from, you know, how long those guys may be out after that, you know, brutal war?
We're going to give those guys a break. Yeah.
Fair enough. And obviously UFC 323, it's looking like a really stacked card to end the year. Do you think this is the perfect way to end the relationship with ESPN?
What's the question?
The UFC 323 is looking like a really good card for December to round out the year. Is this the perfect way to conclude the partnership with ESPN?
I mean, yeah, we're always going to try to put on the best cards that we can, but yeah, we've had a great relationship with ESPN, and you know, we were talking earlier, like everybody's already starting to feel it. Like there's a lot of relationships between the ESPN team that comes to all the fights and works, and the UFC team, and everybody's starting to feel it. You know, coming to the end here. So they've been great to us, and you know, they've been great for the sport. And yeah, we want to put on a badass last card for them.
Hey, Dana. Just recently the UFC suspended Conor McGregor for the anti-doping policies that he for the restriction on that. Is he still going to be considered for the White House card since that'll be up in March?
I don't know. We're not even looking at the White House card till February. We have literally not talked about one fight on the White House card yet. We won't even start till February. Okay. And then whether he's available or not, talk to Nowitzki about that.
Okay. And then about a month ago, you were sitting next to two of the most powerful men in the world, Trump and Elon Musk, at Charlie Kirk's memorial. What was that experience like, and why was that important for you to be there?
Yeah, obviously the Charlie Kirk thing affected a lot of people, including my daughter. I had my daughter with me. She goes to college down in Florida, you know, she really took the Charlie Kirk thing hard. So, you know, she came with me, and yeah, I don't really know how to describe, you know, what it was like, but you know, I felt like I had to be there.
Hello, sir. You said that this season there were lots of problems with visas for the fighters, and you also mentioned that you want more Contender Series events. So, is there a possibility that Dana White Contender Series will go overseas next year? For example, Emirates, where you, Sean, and Mick always present, and or Europe?
The question was the Contender Series internationally? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Tonight, I mean, every week that we go on it, too, we trend number one or number two. The only thing that really beats us when you think about how impressive that is Dancing with the Stars. Eric said we were number 2 tonight to Dancing with the Stars trending, and not bad for a big show like that on network TV, and we're on Plus.